We are in the final chapter of Gypsy Rose's book, My Time to Stand, and I couldn't be any more happy with it. I'm happy. I'm happy for this to be done and over with. So we start this chapter with her opening her presents, and she tells us that she received a lot of things to start her life out with. One set of things in particular was some makeup brushes, and which she had told us that she had never used a makeup brush before. She's only used paint brushes. She said that her dad had made fun of the boots that Ryan had got her. I mean, this could be why Ryan didn't really care much for your family, but anyways, because they had to get her Louis Vuittons, which she didn't mention, I don't believe, in this chapter. But yeah, they got her Louis Vuittons. It's better than her plain brown boots that Ryan got her. And that Ryan had got her, or gave her, the ring that his mother had, which is a really sentimental thing. It's beautiful. Too bad, though, she never had real intentions of being with Ryan the entire time. Of course, she wanted to leave him. She wanted to leave him from the very beginning of the relationship since 2022, when she had wanted to get that annulment. And then she talks about how she feels uncomfortable about being the center of attention with everyone in the room, and that Chrissy said, well, this year it's all about you, baby girl. She had to go to a seminar before her release on parole, in which she was with a couple of other ladies, and they went over what the expectations were, the statistics, housing, and getting a job. She then brags again, but doesn't brag about how some of the ladies there didn't have someone to pick them up, and how her situation was better than most because she had, special treatment with her parole officers. And she brings up finally she has a safe and clean place to go to, kind of insulting Nick and Dee Dee once again, because that's all she knows how to do. She had to get those jabs in. She talks about being able to roam free in her house, that she got everything on her checklist. She got to go outside on her her little patio setting and smoke a cigarette and drink coffee. It was like the best thing for her. She got everything that she wanted. And then she goes into detail about how she had started using social media and how she posted her first TikTok. And some of the comments were bad, but she had a majority of good comments. That she was thick-headed with technology, since she was kind of impaired on using it. Well, she wasn't impaired on using that laptop. She wasn't impaired on using that government phone. She wasn't impaired on using that tablet in prison to message and email all them in. And that she was thin-skinned with the negative comments that she would receive, because once again, she has to end her book looking like a victim. She has to bring up all the negativity like she doesn't deserve it. She does deserve negativity, guys. I don't care if you come in my comment section thinking that you're gonna get one on me by saying, oh, give it up, she's lived her life, blah blah blah, like she did her time, like she's a victim. You know what she went through? I think everyone has seen her story, and I'm sorry that you didn't do any investigation yourself or research, but since she is a public figure, she's open for scrutiny. She committed a horrible act. She should be judged by the public. I'm sorry. I'm not taking that back. I'll play the last couple minutes of the book because I really don't want to go into it. I'm so tired.
The explanations are vague, mere guesses. She had taken me from my father and family and replaced the void in my heart with lies and hurt. She had taken me away from my Cajun culture, far away from what made me me. She had taken so much from me. I had taken so much from her. But here I was, back where it all began, the bayou. That day, Dad and Christy rushed through the front door, carrying bags and bags of groceries. It was the kind of intrusion only close family has the right to, and I loved it. It was the beginning of my first holiday with family, and despite it being just the four of us, it started out busy and noisy, the way I always imagined a family spending time together. We cooked, bantered, turned on the game. Then we had a dance party in the kitchen. I never had so much fun. There were no black plastic bags on the windows blocking out the dancing in the street. There were only smells of spice, the sound of sweet laughter, and the smooth touch of my dad's hand as he asked me to dance. In the small kitchen of my newlywed apartment, I had my first father-daughter dance. My dad and I swayed to Tim McGraw's My Little Girl. He twirled me, he dipped me, he hugged me close. I closed my eyes and opened them again to make sure it was all real. The dream of a happy family I had while I was locked in the shed was not a dream at all. It was a premonition. I realized then, I had not been released. I had been returned.
How beautiful was that? That was such a beautiful ending. But now we know the story after all that, where she has left her husband for her ex-fiance, who just kind of abandoned her in prison, that she made excuses of her because she's obsessed with him, just like Dan. And Ryan was the new Nick in this situation of her life. And we see her turmoil happen and all the bad decisions that she has made since that time. Of course, she's having her child. I hope the child is happy and healthy and nothing happens with said child. I might not like the girl, but I do hope that her child is at least in good hands. But I'm not gonna go over that vlog. We all know what happens. We've all been here the last couple months. We know how her life has panned out for her. Hopefully she can actually do some reflection on her life and change. From reading this book or listening to this book, I can tell you firsthand she has not reflected on a damn thing. She has not taken accountability for anything. And until she does that, she's gonna have this constant drama in her life, all this shitty stuff in her life, because I mean, she's not a good person at this point. I just hope that she gets away from all social media and the TV shows and being in the spotlight and just reflecting on everything that's happened and making the decision for her child to put it in the past and move on and get away from all of it. I'm sorry that she didn't save her money and use her money appropriately, but that's also to blame towards her family, who weren't really helping her in the first place. All these family members that she stated didn't use her like her mother, but I mean, technically they kind of did, Gypsy. But that's it. The book's over. We're happy. We're done. Bye, you guys, and Happy New Year.